Hi guys, time for another video. This one is on the British 1962 pattern poncho, which is typically associated with the early issue 1958 pattern webbing, which I've done a video on. It differs from the 1944 pattern poncho in several ways, most notably in having a hood. Being 1962 pattern, it postdates the introduction of 1958 pattern. An assumption, and this is just an assumption, would be that the very early issue of 58 pattern would have had the 1944 pattern poncho in the poncho roll. You do see them 50s dated, 1955 I've seen, so I would assume that the continued production of the 1944 pattern poncho would see them used with the 1958 pattern webbing. As I say, that's an assumption, don't take it as gospel. Perhaps someone out there knows for sure. But this is the 1962 pattern. It's made of a sort of, it's odd to describe, it feels like a canvas. It's not particularly thick. It feels rubberized. It's not nylon, as far as I'm aware. It's not like the later nylon types. I don't know if you can see, it's not particularly shiny. A little bit of shine on it where it's worn. Obviously you have the openings here in the hood, grommets for allow you to run wires in for headset. It differs, as I say, from the 1944 pattern. It doesn't have the internal pocket of the 1944 pattern poncho, which I will look at in another video. It does have a hood. It's essentially the same. The poncho lightweight, which is the nylon version of this, which is often associated with 58 pattern. You'll see it listed as 1958 pattern poncho. The lightweight poncho is essentially the same design, made in a nylon material, more modern, a lighter weight nylon material. It's difficult to show you here, unfortunately, in the confines of the room. Each corner has, and in the middle of each edge there is an eyelet, so it can be used as a shelter. And there are also press studs on the two edges here, so you've got a male on one side, female on the other, so you can clip the two edges together. You can, once folded, you can pop the edges together using the press studs like that, you see, and also that can aid when using it as a shelter. I can get these apart again. Probably not with one hand. I'll stop the video here and I will turn the poncho inside out to show you the label and the date and everything. Yeah, I'll show you that in just a second. Laid out flat. This would be the front as you wore it. The hood opening is just there. So there is a cord in here which is attached through this section and these two eyelets, which I assume, given the height it is on the poncho, that's for tying around your waist to secure the poncho when you're wearing it, which would make sense. Up here, just by the head opening, you can see the hood in there, and the face opening just there. We have the stamp. It's quite nicely stamped, this one. Poncho, 1962 pattern, GS and S Limited, 1965, and the crow's foot arrow there, the broad arrow. So yes, that is, as you can see, you can see this canvas here. It is a sort of rubberized canvas finish, but it's quite thin. It's not as heavy as, say, the ground sheet cape and things which predate this. It's still pretty heavy though, which is why they went for the later nylon type. But I hope that's been interesting. This is something to keep an eye out for if you collect 1958 pattern webbing, particularly the early stuff. This is what would go in, generally speaking, this is what would go in your poncho roll. Again, if anyone knows of use of the 1944 pattern poncho with the 1958 pattern webbing before the 1962 pattern poncho was introduced, I would be interested to know for sure. So yes, hope you found that interesting, and good luck finding one of these. They do turn up occasionally. eBay is a good place to look. Sometimes they're mislisted. If you see one that you think is not made of nylon from the photographs, always ask. Try and find out if it's made of rubberized canvas, and you might be able to pick up a bargain. So good luck. Bye for now.